both the sides, like, you've got a bit of both. Like, I don't necessarily think that it's going to lean either way because you've got that Cypher in play for either team to try and lock down the sites, but then you also have that jet dash. You've got that player just going to be able to take you to space, and I'm expecting we're about to see that from Artis.
That certainly feels like it. Oh. Going through the snake bite there. Zipan losing a bit of his health, most of his shields. They will get their way across. The Spam's not picking any victims just yet. Great shock dart through. Good damage. 75 and a follow-up on the Xiao. He's gone. He's dusted. Def has got a double. We had BCJ as the pistol hero on Pearl. And a chance for Def to perhaps do the same with just 2 opponents left and the spike down in the open.
Yeah, now it becomes incredibly difficult. Straight away, Angel just going to go back and make sure that he can have the orb online. Of course, some of the prior comps they were running involved him being that entry point with the Yoru, but at this point, needed to be a little bit more passive, and you can just see that on the Xset side, they're really not bothered about taking any of these fights. They don't want to give anything over to the side of FPX and can just wait behind this orb. They've got pretty much every single angle covered just in case anybody's trying for a wraparound, and for FPX, eventually they're going to have to walk into the stack.
Yeah, the reality is, Xset were just willing to allow that fight to go down on their terms. They were not bringing it to FPX and giving them any chance. Maybe if the spike wasn't there, different scenario, information comes into it, but when you know they have to come to you, there's just no point in moving from that spot. 1-0 to start out Xset. Now, I believe Fracture, when we went into it, it said it was 4-0 for FPX. You can see 5-1 in decider maps on the international stage, 3-0 with their starting lineup. They do not lose deciders, and that was to bring them all the way to the end of the previous international event.
Well, that's the thing, they don't really lose.
That's also
so it kind of makes things a little bit.
Actually, Tom, they did lose a decider.
That kind of gets skewed a little bit, but I do agree. Yeah, they don't really lose in the decider maps with their full roster at least. A few sheriffs invested in, still a chance to try and get some damage done, but I think the start is solid for Xset. I think they needed to come back into this map, get the pistol under their belt, get the economy rolling a little bit, and you can see for Cryo, as said, he's going to be this aggressor when it comes to the defensive half. A lot of the other players within his team are either going to be looking for information or basically those sight anchors in the form of Viper and Cypher. So for him, he's the one to put the pressure on, and you can already see early in the round, he's very happy to do that.
They could recover that weapon, the Spectre. In fact, it's FPX to pick it back up. I more so mean in the end of the round, if they don't lose anyone else. Cryo's at least on the Sheriff, so no major economy damage done just yet. Anything from here on, though, is where the dollar bills start racking up on the side of Xset. Good tag, but the shields keep Zipan alive. Now he's in a bit of trouble. 15 HP, stuck in the corner, but with damage already done, as we said, pressure is off. This is all but a bonus for him, really, anything that he can get. That's nasty. He's just seen the tip of his head on the way around. Not sure he even noticed, actually, but he certainly has now. The plant coming through, nonetheless.
Standing ahead.
Def just holding his ground. Oh no! It's a 1-4-5 shot for Xiao. He's hit the headshot, but it hasn't granted him the kill. And now Zipan, it just comes down to damage. The spike not planted for him. There's not really anything he can do on this wraparound. If he can catch a player, that would be nice. And there you go. They've made this one incredibly costly for Xset. Sure, they come out with a round. They get that second onto the board, but they've lost some weaponry along the way. And now the decision is, do you continue to play this as a pure bonus? Or do you actually buy up around these guns?
I mean, the reality is you've got pistols. You've got 2 sheriffs, I believe, saved through. From that point, I mean, even just a single Marshall buy could help out, but I see BCJ going a little deeper into the economy. Light shields, though, sold the rifle. And again, there's many options that can go down here, maybe just playing with the economy a bit. And there it is, the Marshall bought back up. You know, it's very low cost, and it gives most of your players a huge advantage, even if you can just get that body tag. And with a ranged map like this, it just makes sense to take some ranged weapons into the fight. Def has the Bulldog, strongest weapon for the team. He's also the Cypher, and he's gotten himself into a ridiculous spot. He's sat there watching himself on the cam. That's so much information. And then, if he sees someone with the cam, that's going to be Cryo coming out going, ooh, I'm sheriffing you, and then Def is behind you, shredding you. That's a big danger for FPX. Actually, perfect impression.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a soundboard here. That was him from earlier.
All right. We can compare and contrast later.
Well, we don't need to. You could just
Another
take me. I'm at work.
a slow round from FPX. The
Look,
question
here it
is, they've seen the cam. Do they expect him to be a no? He is just lurking around, but it is only going to be the one kill. Zipan quick to trade. You can see already being tracked down by the Seekers. It's only going to give one of the players away, but they are going to go hunting for that player. Zekan already being dropped within the site, leaves Cryo to try and make it costly, and well, it hasn't gone to plan. A couple of low players, though.
Yeah, decent damage. There it is, a wallbang to take Artist down. The reveal, doing some work there. Great recon from BCJ. Shock dart through, and it's on! 2 kills on the back of BCJ's utility, and Xset are right back into this one. A body tag to Sagetsu with that Marshall. Unfortunately, I take him down. He's 101, but he's just spraying on Xiao. 25 HP left, but they couldn't delete him. BCJ's all alone to do it. They're both painstakingly low, but they've got the time, they've got the angles, and he has to defuse. It's halfway already, but Sagetsu will put an end to Xset's hopes and dreams of taking that 3rd round. Even still, they can have their head held high with both how close they took it and the damage done in the end.
But yeah, that's the thing. That's a great round coming out from them in their bonus. Like, they managed to make it incredibly costly, even looked winnable towards the end, and the utility just coming out from them alongside just the damage they were able to do with the Sheriffs alone. It's actually just that double spray down from Xiao that makes the difference, and that's the thing. Xiao in high impact moments, I swear his Vandal does not work the same way that mine does. My bullets would have been hitting everything behind, but manages to control it. The thing is, this is a crunch round now. An operator in for Cryo as well already makes a big dent. They're going so fast into this one.
Great kills for BCJ, still getting out of there with 2. The control for FPX slowed down slightly with the snake bite, but they have managed to sneak a man out main. Being watched by Avron, but he loses his life as Zekan trades out. No Viper, no Spike. FPX stalled. 1 player on site, the other unaccounted for. But Xset have got the manpower to cover a lot of these angles. Sagetsu, he snuck his way in. They know this is open, but they might think that he hasn't got the timing to sneak on in here. Just tucked in the corner. They're waiting it down, knowing that FPX need to make a move. The spike's on the floor, and so the ball's in the attacker's court.
Oh, he's been so patient. I think he's just spotted out Def. This fight could be absolutely everything. Both players wanting to try and fight him together. He's within the cage, not expecting him to swing, but he doesn't actually close out the kill. Xiao, however, has managed to find one, but Def, he gets away with murder. And now this becomes really difficult for Xiao. They know exactly where he is. The spike is on the cross as well. He has to try and get past the Cryo. Is going to land the shot. Sagetsu must be absolutely kicking himself because, I'll be honest, that kill looked free.
Oh, it absolutely did. I think that's going to haunt his dreams moving forward. Perhaps his nightmares. FPX are even left down to an eco because of this. Close as we get to an eco at least. No Blade Storm to work with. Guardian is Spectre. Everything else just going to be some pistols. You hear the Dawn hyping them up as Xset hit 3, the lead extending in their favor. The only round they lost being a bonus where they did a ton of damage, and now they reap the reward. A strange sight to see. FPX struggling for economy in the early rounds.
Look at the pace. Artist already the first man in. He has been tagged up, but the stun is going to do enough. The counter again, though. Operator shot, another shock dart kill. Out for BCJ, and he's even going to go for the Hunter's Fury. Just earning up these ults so quickly, and then Zekan combines alongside him. Xset don't get caught off by the pace here push out from FPX, and, well, we said they needed to get off to a fast-paced start in this second match, and that's exactly what they've done.
Yeah, FPX attempted a blitz out, but there was a snake bite in play. Shock dart comes through, and if Cryo doesn't hit that shot on Angel, he was going down to the dart anyways. And with that, a nade as well following through after Xiao got tagged up by the Hunter's Fury. This was a round of utility for Xset. They do well not to lose too much, but it was still a decent investment all in all. FPX buy right back up into this one. Remember, the previous was pistols for the most part, just 2 rifles, one of which was a Spectre. We can't even call that a rifle, I suppose, just one in an SMG. Whee, up there it goes.
Oh, the flash is solid. But actually, he's got cover. He's been able to survive at least a little bit of time, and the dash through is going to be caught. Artist struggling a little bit, but the trades are there. Sagetsu Turning this back, the expectation, but he always seems to be caught. Either utility in hand, switching weapons. That's a couple of rounds in a row now. But it is left on to Xiao. No one else you'd want here.
You can't blame Sugetsu for that. He was just trying to block off the angle, use it as a smoke, get to yellow, and secure this cover for his teammate. But now instead his teammate falls back into Zekken's waiting arms. The time bought for that rotation to take place. We will see another round for Xset. This has been a domineering start to their defensive side, round after round being picked up. And as we said, it's rare that you see economy challenge for FPX. Some facets of their gameplay that are normally the highlights now being challenged, and I think they're starting to feel it.
Where's he up?
I can see them getting pumped up, but the thing is, though, they are winning. Firstly, a lot of...
After a short revisit to the strap hook, and now they're ready to go. Flash out on mid, good information. Nobody's pushing, nobody's peeking. So they're going to keep on going. Bladestorm leading the charge, and they've got a good idea. If you ain't holding mid from window, you're holding it from doors. And Artis is more than ready to take Cryo down.
Yeah, solid read. That's also an operator, and it's landed on their side as well. So this is perfect. Somebody else can pick that up, or Artis can opt to try and play it himself. He's going to go through with the Bladestorm.
Oh!
Nice shots from BCJ, at least giving them a solid position in this round. He has the Bladestorm and the gun, but Guardian for Saigetsu now, and they are going to be able to get into the afterplant. The problem is they lost the Viper's Pit in that engagement.
That flash burned up, but Zekken didn't post on the angle. The op's right back into it, and it's holding on strong. Leg shot, hitting the foot. Zekken survives. Now they look to punish. Still stuck here, no dash to get out. Artis is gone. One kill already. He got some damage on. Let's see if his teammates can capitalize. Xiao only with a Sheriff and a Spectre on range. It's Sugetsu that should be winning, but Aaron comes out with the Vandal. An upgrade at least for Xiao. Away from his teammate's corpse, but no bullets will land afterwards. That is 6 secured. Xset guaranteed an equal half. Tom, you said both of these teams, they have their merits in each half. We could see this as a relatively even game. If that's the case, FPX need to start picking up some rounds.
Well, that's the thing. You look at like the old composition that FPX were running. It's one that you'd sort of talk about the attacking side being really favored. I think that the changes they have definitely helps them quite a bit on the defensive side, but you need something to play with. You need to get some rounds on the board, and the thing is, this is a really good opportunity for them. I just think that Xset are doing very well to isolate those fights, using their utility, using that null command to take away a lot of the supportive elements that could have been there to help out Artis, and ultimately, they relied on him going on a heater here, and unlike the last map, it hasn't happened.
Cloudburst here, they're going to try to fight for that early mid control. Bullets whizzed past BCJ, but the intention is to move elsewhere. Unfortunately, Cryo's way ahead of them. Pushing into elbow, taking the kill, but now being pincered. He's got to look towards the mid, and that's 2 kills. Okay. Instantly claiming the B site as their own. Artis spotted up top. He won't be taken down, but Zipan will. 3 versus 3, the retake now on, and now possible. They do know that Artis was up close moments.
Ooh, what? He's still been caught with it. It's just all going wrong. Artis trying his best, but it's down to just one player standing. Xiao trying to take this back. Shock darts again going through. He's going to have to reposition the plant just to try and avoid them as they go back again. And he is going to be pinged up. This utility just causing so many issues for Xiao. And even just predicting where he's going. The thing is, his teammate might be a little bit further behind. Aaron has been spotted. That's all the information that Xiao could possibly need, but he needs to start landing some shots. He needs to try and isolate one of these players, and they're looking to just peek him together, playing ring around the rosy. Already one onto the plant, and Aaron will put him in his place. 7-1 up, nothing going FPX's way. And well, Mitch is starting to get out of control.
I said that if Xset could put up a strong performance on Fracture, FPX might come into this map already sweating. That may be happening right here and now, despite a stomp of Fracture. Xset, they're the ones with the wind in their sails. They're the ones with the practically unbreakable defense. And this here, that is a simple mistake. I don't think it needs to be said twice. You don't run out in the open when you're revealed and your teammates are or your opponents are behind smokes. You're gonna die. But that decision was made for whatever reason, whether it was supposed to be trades for Artis or something like that. It did not work out, and nothing has so far for FPX.
Again, they're still gonna have weaponry to buy in. Cryo posted up, and actually there's going to be a push, at least initially going through the tube, but being spotted out. Yeah, they're looking to try and support him. Saigetsu's utility will be offline, and well, after the shot rings true, he is going to fall back.
Yeah, I like that. It's actually decent information early. You know where two of these players are. You know the side of the map they're playing a little bit stronger on that. Hunter's Fury gets one, but he doesn't know where Artist dash to. At least getting rid of the dash, sure, but he'll be he won't be healed back up. Cryo's made sure of that.
Yeah, Cryo has been a menace, roaming around the map at every single angle, it seems, and once again, the man advantage goes the way of Xset. It is going to be a trade, but they've kept it their way. Did the timing work out for Saigetsu? I think it might have done. BCJ completely unaware of free kill on the verge, but he pulls out his knife, not expecting Cryo to be there so soon. And because of that, the trade is instantaneous. Cryo is just decimating everyone in his path. And while Xiao left to try and clutch once again, 1v3.
30 seconds left.
He hasn't even got the free sight, and he's been spotted. Some information for him to play with, perhaps a 1v1 to isolate. He's just going to go straight in for the plant. They don't expect it necessarily. Now he tries to isolate the duel, but seconds behind him already. Quick rotations from Xset off that information. And they will have an 8th round secured. This lead just keeps extending in their favor. 13-4 on Fracture, and it looks like the shoe's on the other foot now.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure if I see a way back for FPX at this point. The rounds that they are losing, it almost just seems like Xset having an absolute field day. Opening kills going the way of Cryo in a lot of rounds. He really has been tough to take out, but every single member of this Xset squad are just firing on all cylinders. Def is currently top of the board, 11-4, maybe showing Artist how it's done on that Cypher, but their setups have been fantastic. Their counter-util has been on point. And well, the buys are getting worse and worse. FPX coming into this one with some Guardians on the board. Okay, they've still got the Viper's Pit. And by the looks of it, they're just going to go for a straight-up A execution.
We know how strong FPX are when they have money, but they rarely ever have. Finally, they get to invest heavily, and it's 2 kills with a Hunter's Fury traded back instantly. Up goes the drone. Information secured, 2 players spotted. No idea on where that final man of Saigetsu could be. But now they can start to direct some of this utility. Zipan avoiding the first. The plant coming through. A shock dart on the way. No bounce. A misclick that leaves Xiao on 125. Zipan here to play with him, but really this round is for Saigetsu to win or lose. He's got the off angle, and his teammates are trapped behind the pyramids. He needs to find value. He's just been spammed through the wall, but he still manages to! Great kills, but second is trying to clutch it! 3! He has just pulled that out of FPX's clutches! They just can't get around on the board, Tom!
They can't. Even when they seem to do everything right, even when they use their ults to get them the openers, it just doesn't matter anymore. Every member of this Xset squad is playing some of their best Valorant. It just looked done at this point, but just seconds later, he just doesn't miss a beat. Every single player headshotted, and well, you got your coach almost on his feet. Almost on his feet.
Hey, I'll tell you what, the Don comes out, he's too busy answering phone calls to even entertain the walkouts. And this guy on his banana phone is now hyped up. That energy level, that cool, calm, and collected, no longer there. You're 9-1 in the lead. Every round, even when it looks impossible. You have a player like Zekin pulling it out of the bag. Bit of a weird fight on mid there. The updraft in, it's a bit of a misread from Cryo. The off almost went down, but he'll stay alive. The BCJ spotted, he needs to move. Yeah, executed by Artist. That's a great opening kill for FPX. A foothold on the site, and a plant, and a Viper's Pit.
Oh, another 145. Saigetsu's going to get the shot through the wall, but the trades have come back thick and fast. They've spotted across into the site. Cryo, he's going to drop the Viper and put it down to Artist close up, and it's just all falling apart. Scrappy Valorant coming through from FPX, and Xset capitalize every single time. 10 rounds already. It is looking like a bad time right now for EMEA. 2 teams already going into their decider matches, a third looking like they might join them.
Well, Tom, I mean, the last thing you want if you're in that position, Spike down, Viper's Pit down, and what do we talk about? I didn't even see that. How frequently do you manage to find the round off that pit, and yet this time, first man to go down in that 3vx is the Viper, swinging out of the pit, looking for a ranged fight, meets the operator, and that is just a done duel before it even starts. Xset have hit double digits, and we're not even finished the first half. They're locking FPX out. This level of performance is frankly unimaginable coming in.
Yeah, they're up against the champions, a team that up until this event hadn't won a game on LAN.
Good tag.
They hadn't been able to find one.
He did with that! Oh! He did with that!
He's just gonna get the wallbang kill through. BCJ with another. There's only 3 players surviving at the moment for FPX. They're finally gonna get the plant, and Saigetsu, he has to get so much from this position, and they're already starting to flank around from behind him. He's going to be in real trouble, but he's managed to push through, revealed though, but the neural theft at least manages to get one and still surviving in this corner. I don't know how he's still alive, and eventually he will fall. Re-aggression though from Angel. It does give them a chance, maybe to at least get another round, but never mind. It is going to be one. That is all FPX can muster after domination on map number 2. Xset have come back, but I can't even say swinging, maybe even with just a knockout blow.
It's 11-1. FPX are favored on Fracture. We knew that. We knew it was a strong map, but we said I think you would have to be blind to miss the fact that FPX are behind. Like, and Def, I suppose, because we've said it enough. This is domination from start to finish. An unexpected result in the first half. Now FPX will have to, well, they'll have to really surprise us. 13-11. Maybe they can lose one round and hit OT. They're already in a bit of an awkward fight. Def, though, had a fantastic first half. We heard the comparison over on the desk, but he won't find the opening duel here. Luckily, Cryo's picking up the slack.
Yeah, Averin has been tagged very low, but so has Zipan, and Cryo lands the shot. It is going to be the trade back, but leaves us in a pretty even scenario. Xiao also going to be spotted up by the drone, is going to be forced back, and look at where Cryo has managed to get to. He's all the way deep on the stairs, a spot that they might not be necessarily expecting on the other side. And well, there is going to be the dart going through. He looks to challenge an insane headshot onto Xiao, and he's just claiming ground he should never have managed to get.
The pistol rounds for Xset, they've been looking good. Whenever you have the individual step it up like that, Artist now has to be the man to put FPX in the backpack. Already a headshot connected. Zekin and Cryo both low. Diffuse being tapped. They've got to push him. They've got to peek him, and they will. 12 rounds secured. It looks inevitable. Xset only need one, and they have so many chances. How has it come to this? FPX, they've never lost these deciders at international events, not when they've got their full roster. And now, this isn't a loss. They haven't even started playing.
3.
Go first. I'm left with you.
It's absurd. The amount of defusals you see, the amount of clutch rounds they were able to pull out, but just the fact that, as said, every member of this roster has stepped up exactly when they need it. They proved they could win versus Xerxia. Now, they're proving they can contend with the best. And that's a very, very different story. Beating FPX, that's a challenge. Destroying FPX, well, I think that's a story. Like, what they are currently doing is something we have not seen any team do to FPX. And while Artis is at least going to be able to try and save some face in this round, he's managed to get them an opener.
29-10 Artis was on the previous map. We saw the post-match highlights, and it was entirely composed of that man tearing Xset down, flicking the dominoes and watching them fall. And now 50 seconds left for Xset to make this push, a push that could end the game here. And if it doesn't, they have plenty more to reset to. Sheriff's on the other side, the Marshal from Artis. He's on his way. He's rotating through. Will there still be a site to defend, though? Xiao already falling, spams through the smoker. Strong, good shot by Sagetsu, but so much more needed. This team is putting their all into it, but just Angel and Zipan, 2 Sheriffs. Whoa! Shot to the head, leaving Aaron all alone. 20 seconds. He'll put his wall up, and he almost gets a kill before it blooms.
Angel's looking to try and get that a little bit closer. They know if they can deny this plant, that might just be enough, but FPX are going to get themselves a second. They only managed to win the bonus round when it came to that first half. Well, they've won a force fight to at least keep them in the map.
Gun here.
10 more, Tom. You know what? DRX did it. Not quite this, but...
Even they didn't do
DRX
this.
could have done it. At least that's what Achilleos told me. 10 more, though, in a row. Flawlessly. And this game has been anything but flawless.
That's the thing. It feels weird to even try and comment on that.
It's just
like,
ridiculous.
It is FPX. They are one of the best teams in the world. They're probably the favorite coming into the tournament, but damn, have they been boomed so far in this map. Zipan, though, is going to start things off. A little bit more aggression out from them. Building up the confidence, I think, is going to be an important factor if they are going to have any chance of this comeback. And you know what? Def's been hitting some tasty shots. A Marshall headshot will drop Ardis, and I believe that's a rifle to the deck.
I think this man's a testament, honestly, to the play style of Xset. He's normally one of the lowest rated players in his role. I mean, I bought him too, I think, at international events, or the last one. But this time around, he's found his stride, that's for sure. Sure, he'll go down eventually, but already with 2 kills, the cost is pretty great for FPX. It doesn't look like anyone will be following up. They've done some damage. Ultimately, though, when you're this far in the lead, you know, everything else goes out the window. It's not about economy damage. It's about taking it across the line, finding that victory. It seems only moments away. A full buy to come through, a Blade Storm for Cryo, and a null command for Zekken. Ults in favor of Xset, but FPX are close on 3. They fight for early orb. They could be getting something of their own online. Plus, Ardis is pulling out the operator.
Well, we have seen a similar scoreline to this before. Not the last time they played Breeze, but the time before that, it was a 13-3 when still using that Yoru comp, but I don't think there's going to be the same excuses this time for FPX. It is still a decimation. You're going to have the operator in for Ardis. Bladestorm not far away. Xset taking things nice and slow. They don't have to rush into things here. 9 rounds in a row still needed for FPX. I think that we need another 7 before we even really get interested.
Well, that's it. Then it really is. Maybe 6, you know, that could be 2 buy round buffer. I'll give them that, but even that is a big task. Our man Ardis is going to need to show up. This guy has been on point in the previous map. 29 and 10 with this very weapon. He needs to show up here and now for his team. Surrounded, revealed. A couple of kills, though. His teammates starting to show up. Make this costly for Xset on the way through. They're at a man disadvantage. It's better than it looked like it'd be.
Cryo's position's an interesting one, but the Seekers is going to give him away. That close position, nice shot from Zekken, but now it's all onto Aaron. He can close it here and now, but he's not going to be given the chance. Angel will drop the remaining couple, and, well, FPX at least have themselves a 4th. Still, though, you just have to feel that Xset eventually they're going to get those ultimates online. You're going to have the opportunity to throw in the likes of null commands, Hunter's Furies, like just almost cheese their way through it.
Even the Viper's Pit.
Yeah.
Aaron's got to be decently close, like 3 orbs away off the top of my head. Oh, it's on the screen. 2 orbs away. We have a little screen, we can see it. So he's gotten very close to that. I mean, you get a basically free orb on aiming.
Oh, you gotta love Team Bryce. You gotta love him.
Controlling the excitement a bit for Ned. Woo! I'm pleased, but not over the moon, you know? We still got a ways to go. 8. 8 more. Look, the way you win these is 1 foot in front of the other. 3 Marshals in play for Xset and a Blade Storm. Serious potential for damage in this round. They've already spotted that Blade Storm. They'll look to deal with it. They know that they'll probably be peeking around here, but he's got the jump on Ardis. Operator down, and the main threat of the previous map, the hero over on Fracture, now deleted, now out of the round. FPX needs someone else to step it up.
And that's the thing, Cryo has been a different beast in this map. Mentioned it in the last, the switch up of roles is something I think only benefited him. Moving into being that aggressor, sure, he's still that operator player on the defensive side, but now he's leading the pack. With that Blade Storm online, he's going to be the major threat. The chance for them to close this out a little bit quicker, definitely than FPX would like. The thing is, though, the read seems to be pretty decent. especially with both initiators here. And, well, it's not quite gone to plan for Cryo. He's going to fall. It's whether or not anybody else can do anything. And, well, a little awkward for Xiao.
Even a single blade hitting would have been perfect there just to make them one hit to these marshals. The way through, Zipan not going to be caught dropping down. He was seen for just a moment to push around with the Sheriff. Really not going according to plan, and none of these marshal shots connecting. Finally, Def steps it up. Another headshot racked up with that weapon, but in the end, the result is the same. FPX pick up another.
Def is kind of nasty with the Marshal.
He really is. He really
that's one of the main takeaways I've had from this map in particular, is just that I feel like you could almost just let Def play the Marshal throughout the majority of the game, and he'll have a lot of success with it. Like, I've been impressed. 12-5.
I'll say, on the point of Def, I was going to say earlier, we got interrupted by him hitting a couple of nasty shots, that I feel like he's really the prime example of what BCJ was saying in his interview the other day about, like, support players on his team. Like, people will always talk about Second and Cryo, but then they're like, oh, the rest are kind of trash. And he's like, no, it's the way we play, that it's much more centered around that support for gaining space and all that sort of stuff. And when you look at Def in this series, I think he's been very impressive. I noted it on Fracture, although we didn't really get a chance to highlight it that heavily just with the result, the way things went. But it's been fantastic to watch him certainly come into his comfort in this iteration. And whatever they've been doing in this series, it's been working for him. But more so on this map, the Marshal has definitely taken the cake for some crispy shots.
Oh, Viper's Pit online now, if Aaron decides to use it. You got BCJ almost at that Hunter's Fury, especially if they get into an afterplant, that could be problematic. Again, though, Artis is going to be lurking around mid, just trying to check anybody in towards the doors. And they've got oversight all the way over on B, just in case anybody tries to get a little bit cheeky. The thing is, though, Xset, I think they're expecting some level of aggression to come out. Instead, it's very, very passive from FPX. You got that Tiger giving them at least a little bit of information, but other than that, still hoping that they can find out where this push is going to be coming in.
40 seconds on the clock. Gathering information, not really too possible for FPX. They did just pop a flash out double doors, but only seeing there's a player in mid at most. FPX finding the first, the opening is theirs, but Sugetsu needs to hold on. Hiding behind, but now he's revealed his location. They're jumping around! They've given him all the chances that he needed. A few kills and they could be right back into this. The advantage now there's the plant coming through. The drone, it's gonna catch him. They revealed him, they're gonna kill him any moment now. What? What? He's hit one! Done damage to Xiao, he's on 10 HP! He got revealed! This man has no right to be alive, and now this could be it! The final straw for FPX is here and now! A Blade Storm misconfirms it! 13-5!